Hi, welcome back to my blog .stampwithelaine.com. Last week's video I featured the Show and Tell photopolymer stamp set. In May you can earn a free photopolymer stamp set if you purchase £60 worth of Stampin' Up product, excluding shipping and handling charges. This is one of the sets called Catching Ikat. The stamp sets will come in a cello bag. I've just put mine in a DVD case so that it's easier to store them in. Now, these are some of the samples I made, and for this card I use the layered labels, and it's got a matching framelit die, and I use this one called Apothecary Accents. You can use this one to make patterns or backgrounds, and here's a sample I've done where I've just used it as a background, and the cardstock I use is Pool Party, Primrose Petals, and the same with the ink. And the stamp set I used with that was Chalk Talk, and that too has got coordinating framelits. Here's another sample, and this time I used this zigzag one, and you can create pretty backgrounds, and then I cut that out with the banner's framelit die and the triangular punch, which goes with the geometric bundle, and this is the Petite Petals punch and the dahlia embellishments. I also used this other set, and it's called Songs and Stripes photopolymer set, and those are the images you get. Obviously I couldn't stamp everything on it, but that's what it looks like. And I've added it to the card here. It just says hi, and I punched that up with a 1/2-inch circle punch. This card I used this straight stamp here, and there's also a leaf stamp, so I've made a card using those as a feature. Used this piercing mat, which is the Paper Piercing Pack Essentials, and the word stamp was from A Dozen Thoughts. It also incorporates this stamp here, which I used for the centre of the flower, and I attached it with a brad and a candy dot. I'm going to show you is how to make this, so we better get started. I have a Pool Party card base, and that is cut at 11.5 inches by 4 inches, and in centimetres that's 29.2 by 10.2 centimetres, and it's scored in half at 5 3/4 inches, which is 14.6 centimetres. I have a mat which is in Primrose Petal, and that is cut at 5.5 by 3 3/4 inches, and that's 14 centimetres by 9.5 centimetres. Whisper White piece, which is the one we're going to stamp on, that measures 3.5 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and that is 9.5 centimetres by 14 centimetres. First we need to take our white Whisper White piece and the chevron textured embossing folder. We want to only emboss the top half of the cardstock, so you sandwich that in between your two cutting plates, and use the multi-purpose platform without the tabs and then run it through the pick shot. So I'll go and do that off camera. Next, I'm using Primrose Petals and Pool Party. I think I'll start with the Pool Party first. The wonderful thing about this is that because the stamps are clear, you can see where you're stamping. Now we're going to stamp it in Primrose Petals. So we stamp it in between. Next, you bring your strawberry slush card in, and because it's a matte, you can use the cardstock inside to be more economical, because you're not going to see that once you layer the Whisper White on top. So we're going to pinch some cardstock from in there, use the Primrose Petals, and because the stamps are clear you can see exactly where you're stamping. Dauber, sponge the sides. And I need to stamp this flower from the Flower Shop stamp set. Now these flowers have a certain way of being mounted to make it easier to punch. So I've done a tutorial on that a long time ago, but I'll put it in my link in my blog post. So if you haven't acquired this set yet, it's a set that is really useful and it's a must-have. So now we need our Primrose Petals ink, and I'm going to be using this flower. Punch it out. Then swap ink pads and bring my Pool Party ink pad using the same stamp. Stamping that bit of detail there. Then I bring my Primrose Petal ink back and I'm going to sponge the sides of this. We need another piece of scrap in Whisper White to cut out, to stamp the leaves, and I've stamped it sort of in a V-shaped pattern. You need your snips to cut around it. We need 3 because we've got 3 flowers, and we'll set those aside. Now we're ready to assemble the card. So first we'll need to glue that to this layer. A little strip which measures 3 and 3/4 inches by 3/4 inches, and in centimeters that's 9.5 by 2 centimeters. So we'll glue that Get your bone folder and just curl your flowers a little bit. So curl that one as well. And you need some candy dots, a subtle candy dot. This is Pool Party, so I'll pop that in there. Now we're ready to put it on our card. Our card base back, Tombow on the back, good old Tombow. We'll start with this Pool Party one, pop that up on the dimensional and put it right on the Primrose Petals bit. Then we can put a bit of Tombow on the back of that and tuck it underneath. Tombow on the back of that and tuck it underneath that one. So it's coming together nicely, and then glue on the back of that. Glue on the back of that. More glue on the back of that. So for the sentiment I'm going to use A Dozen Thoughts, and I'm just going to use this hello. So I will stamp that, oops, Gumball Green, wrong one, tone on tone. I'm going to stamp it in Primrose Petals, just right here. And there's the card finished. You can purchase any of these products I used to make these samples from my online store. Don't forget, if you spend £60 or more, you will get a free Ikat stamp set, or any of the photopolymer stamp sets on offer, absolutely free. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.